Yeah, we were talking about when they had the anniversary of 9/11. Like we were saying we were in high school, we were reminiscing. So like today, I'm sure they taught you about that when you were coming up in school then, right? Like
Yeah,
that's something that'll be taught about.
that?
When
Go
it
one
happened.
by one.
Oh yeah, we were in class and like they came running in.
When it happened, I was
Like
walking
you got to
to the
stop it.
parking lot.
Yeah.
All right, one at a time.
Sorry.
Go,
Yeah.
Vince, go. You go
It was
first.
crazy.
Huh?
I remember that
Oh.
day.
What do you like remember on that day, 9/11?
Okay, well, I was walking across the field to the junior parking lot at Barrington High School, and the field was super long, and all of a sudden, my buddy Mike Ebony at the time are walking, and here comes this janitor on this golf cart, and he's like, "Hey, you guys gotta stop." He's like, "And face the school and pay your respects," and we're like, "Why? Like, what happened?" The guy's like, "The two towers were just hit by a plane," and I look at my buddy Mike, I'm like, "What the fuck are the two towers?"
You didn't even know what. Yeah. Yeah. I didn't know much about the World Trade
I
Center
didn't
either
know
at
what
the
they
time.
were.
Yeah.
And then the guy's like, "Didn't you notice?" He's like, "There's not even a plane in the sky," and I'm like, "Whoa."
Mm-hmm.
Normally you could like look up and see one.
Yeah, here.
I mean, like even super far.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, well, at the time we didn't live too far away, so I raced home, and my mom had it on the news, and I'm like, Ma, you can't come in. I'm like, "What's up with this tower?" You know, "Shut up, Vince, shut up! I got it on
Everyone's
TV."
glued to the TV.
Yeah, here, look, and I was like, "What are the two towers?" Like,
Yeah,
You still
where
don't
no one
understand
would
what's
explain it to me.
Yeah.
How old were you?
And I was a sophomore, so
No, like 16.
maybe.
15, 16.
Yeah,
Yeah.
14 maybe.
15,
Yeah.
16.
Yeah. I'm like, "What is the two towers?" Like,
Yeah.
and then my mom was like, "Oh, it's the World Trade Center. Like, all the countries come together and
Yeah, like financial
train in there and
buildings.
stuff."
Yeah.
And it's like, well, why did they hit that then?
Yeah, you still couldn't understand.
Like,
And
well, why?
yeah.
Here, Afghanistan or whoever those people came from, they probably had ambassadors in there too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why would?
Oh yeah.
Like, why would
Well,
you
they had
do
people.
that? Like,
They had people in the planes too. So
So many
they
like
don't care
yeah,
about
you ever watch
unnecessarily.
the Boondocks?
Yeah, but it wasn't. Those were the
Yeah,
like the extreme.
You ever watch the
Yeah.
Boondocks?
Oh, yeah,
Not
it's crazy,
not
man.
country
They're crazy,
officials.
crazy.
You know
But
what's
here, let's. All right, go ahead.
In the Boondocks, the terrorist stands up. He's like, "I'm gonna take over the plane," and then the 6 big black guys stand up and beats the shit out of him. Yeah, he doesn't even last a minute. He's like, "I'm taking over the plane," and they all look at him. Yeah. They stand up in the plane. Never saw.
Yeah, I've seen some little clips of that show. Yeah, it's a fun show.
They just
Yeah,
beat the
yeah,
fuck
yeah.
out of the terrorists. Yeah. Leave the pilot alone.
Mitch, what was your morning like? What do you remember?
Oh man, I remember. Yeah, I was in math class. It was second period, and a teacher came running into the room, and we had TVs in all the classrooms, and they're like, "Oh, we're sorry to interrupt right now, but something serious just happened in New York." And so they turn on the TV, and we're just watching. This was after the second plane hit. So at that point, like everyone knew, like this wasn't an accident. Like our country's under attack,
Right.
And so like you almost couldn't comprehend. Like you couldn't see. Like imagine what you were seeing. Like it was like something out of a movie, And like,
Were
you
you
can't.
like in fear yourself? Like, damn, I don't.
You
know
were
what
scared.
this-
Even like we were young, we were still old enough to like comprehend. Like this is like some scary stuff right here. Like this is some serious shit. And then like you weren't sure like who else is the Sears Tower in Chicago gonna be under attack. Nobody else knew what to do. I remember they gathered us all like in the big field house, and we just kind of sat there for no one was sure what to do. And then they eventually just like sent everybody home, and they're just like,
Really?
just go home, just be with your families or whatever. Like there's no school right now. Because I mean nobody was sure what to do. Everyone was really scared.
Right.
They didn't know
Yeah.
who else was going to be under attack
There was
next.
no
but
point in trying to teach.
yeah, there's no way to prepare for something like that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
no, the whole thought turned to just be safe.
Yeah.
Go home and be safe.
Oh yeah.
Patriotism after, but
But
I'm
everybody came
surprised-
together, yeah.
I'm surprised with you. They didn't you guys didn't see it on TV at school. I feel like a lot of people.
Yeah, you were outside. Just
Yeah, like
walking
I
around,
said, I was already leaving. I was
Yeah.
leaving to go home. And I was just walking across that field, and the guy's like, "Hey, he came cruising up." Otherwise,
But
I
I'm
wouldn't have known anything.
confused.
Yeah.
You left school that early?
Were you bitching?
Because wasn't it like 10 a.m.?
It was early.
It was
Yeah.
pretty early, yeah.
Yeah.
All I know is I was walking towards the junior parking lot. I don't know why.
You were ditching class. You're like, hey, let's get out of here.
Well, yeah, I was with my buddy
Some
Mike.
smoke. Yeah.
So you just kind of went home, sat with the family afterwards.
Oh yeah, just like glued to the TV.
Yeah, just
you know,
kinda, like,
and just watching everything unfold. Like who did this? Why? Like they were just so.
What were your
Yeah, how
thoughts?
can this happen?
Again, why?
Yeah. I think we were just like totally caught like off guard. Like even like the policies like at the airport, security measures obviously were very lax, and like that's when everything changed. It was a whole new world after that. You know.
Do you remember kind of like
Complete
your
change in the
mind, like
airports.
what
Oh,
was
yeah.
going through your mind when you were watching like the buildings crumble?
Oh my.
Oh yeah, that was really crazy too.
Oh,
Yeah, I couldn't believe too. Like like how fast too. Like within like an hour and a half after they were hit, and just to see them crumble like that, and then you're just thinking about like all those people. And just like how it's just again like I said, it's like something out of a movie.
Yeah.
You're like you can't believe like this is actually happening right now.
Were you like pissed?
Yeah, it's a surreal moment.
Oh yeah,
you know?
definitely pissed, like scared,
Yeah.
confused, like why, how, like
Right.
yeah.
I felt super sorry for the people that were
Oh,
stuck
yeah.
on the upper half.
That's what I was thinking
Yeah.
too. There's
And
people that are up there.
People were asking me, Vince, what would you have done? And I
So
was
scary.
like, well, men, women, and whoever was in the room with me, I would have probably had everyone gather hands in a circle. And I would have been like, I'm really sorry to tell you guys all this, but this is it.
This is how it's gonna end for us. Like
But we all would have been like,
Yeah,
even
like,
if it was
yeah.
4 dudes and
like,
me.
we gotta just come together,
I
man.
would have just,
Hey, at that point,
hey, I would have
yeah,
looked at everybody's eyes like,
put everybody at ease.
we're going to heaven.
Yeah.
together, guys.
Yeah. Must have been so scary. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm glad I'm ready to ride this trip with
Oh
you
yeah.
Yeah.
at the same
Yeah.
time.
Right.
You know, because they say a baby is being born, every minute of the day, and they say someone's dying every minute of the day. Well, if the 4 of us were in that room and we knew that, I mean, can you imagine how loud that was? Hearing that,
When it's crumbling and
just
yeah.
the sound of the
Oh,
building.
and the heat.
Or like,
That's how hot it was.
imagine
smoke.
all of us sitting in a table, having a business meeting, and seeing that plane come through that window.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God! Like,
Yeah.
It's like a
those
movie.
people.
It's
Oh
like a
yeah,
movie.
they're
It's
just
like a
they're doing their
Transformers
job. They're
movie.
working.
Yeah.
You know, like they actually make it. Like they go into all these buildings and TV. It's like that's real. That
You know,
shit
and then
Oh,
they-
yeah.
happened.
They
Yeah,
interviewed
man.
the people that could get down. They said some of those people, they tore down that staircase so fast.
Your adrenaline's
Oh.
going.
People were falling over each other but helping each other up.
Yeah.
People, I mean, there were people that said that they were skipping, like they were just riding the
Yeah,
fucking
yeah. You're running for your
railing
life,
down.
man. Yeah.
Yeah, all the way
Oh yeah.
down.
I can't imagine what
Yeah,
they must
the
have
one
gone
guy,
through.
that famous video of the guy using the garbage bags like a parachute. Yeah, you see
Yeah.
all
I've never
that?
seen that.
No.
No.
That was the
Dude,
most disturbing
See,
stuff.
you guys were young. We were
I
older.
wasn't even
There were
alive.
people
Yeah, they weren't
falling
even- yeah.
out of the buildings and literally splatting.
They were jumping.
Normally, when you hear
Yeah.
a human
Yeah.
body fall from a long distance, you hear the skull really loud. These people,
Oh yeah.
yeah, and like,
Well, they were jumping from way up high.
yeah, but
110
but I
stories
was-
up. Yeah, because it was so hot. It was so awful up there. They'd rather just say
Well,
yeah.
Why
they
wouldn't
say-
you? I'd
Right.
rather do that.
I'm gonna
than
die
like,
anyway,
Well,
so
they say
yeah.
they
Oh,
say
yeah.
that the speed that you're falling and the distance
Oh.
that it
You
happens
hit
so
terminal.
far.
Oh yeah. I
you
would
have
hope
a
you wouldn't
heart
feel
attack.
anything. So you wouldn't really even feel like.
Yeah, your body knows
Going
it's
to
gonna
shock or
die.
something.
You're
So your
hitting,
heart
you're hitting
just
pure concrete
explode.
too. I mean,
Well, yeah, but
yeah.
the fear and the
even if you're hitting
adrenaline-
water though at that height,
Oh yeah.
but
you'll
the
die.
Yeah,
fear
might as well
and
be
the
concrete.
adrenaline.
That
knowing
doesn't make sense because when you go parachuting, you hit terminal velocity and you don't have a heart attack.
But you know you have a parachute on.
True.
So maybe.
a few minutes him putting the TV on, the second tower got hit. So we saw.
Oh, so you
that.
guys saw it live.
I saw that live.
Damn.
So, but again, I was in
Wow.
5th grade, so like, didn't really fully comprehend the
Yeah,
situation.
you're real young.
If you saw it
You know what I
now.
mean? So yeah, exactly. Like, if
Yeah.
I saw it now.
Yeah, you didn't know. like,
But I just remember my teacher got up and started talking. You know, very similar to what you were talking about. You know, this is a very important moment. Like this is something that we all gotta come together, think about. And then it was Mr. Prather was his name. Probably never will see this, but he like broke down, like
Wow.
and that
Yeah.
and as a 5th grader, I was like, all right, this is something
understood the
real
gravity.
You see
serious.
an
You know
adult
what I
man.
mean? Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
exactly.
It's
Like
not your
break
dad,
down.
it's not your
Yeah.
uncle.
It was a
Oh
moment
yeah.
that,
Yeah.
like I said, we can all remember it, but that's something. Then I remember going home, turning the TV on with the family, watching everything. And then it wasn't just the towers either, but the Pentagon and all that
Yeah.
other
There's
stuff.
Pentagon, the
after
United
that.
'93.
And then all that
Yeah.
other stuff. So like continually all day, you were like, how many? Like when is
Right.
this
You're
gonna
waiting.
end?
What else is gonna happen?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so-
We're just on lockdown. That's all you could do. Just like watch the TV and be glued to it and be kind of just in shock. and like
I can't
sad and
remember
anger.
if we like canceled classes the next day or not. I just remember like that day strictly. But